Hello, my name's John and welcome to another vlog. This is another one of my film slash DVD series, so hang on in there, there'll be more to come. In this one I want to talk about horror films in the general sense. There's nothing specific in it, just anything that's been dubbed as a horror. So let's get to it. My first one is Silence of the Lambs. It's not the scariest of films, it's not the most psychological of films, but for me it's influenced me, and it's a good film because it's what first got me interested in the human mind and psychology and the whole working of it, with the whole Hannibal Lecter kind of being a bit weird, and obviously the whole relationship between him and Clarice Sterling, whatever it is. So it's good for that. It's given me an interest in life, which I'm hoping that later in the year, if I can afford it or can get the right funding and everything for it, I'm going to do an open university, or at least try to do an open university course in psychology and counselling, because it's something that really interests me. Since watching this film, I've always been interested in the human mind, psychology, and especially that of serial killers, cannibals, mass murderers, those kind of things. Why they do these things fascinate me, so that's why this movie is my first number one movie, because it's given me something to do in life. It's not, as I said, it's not the scariest of films. It's a bit psychological. It's more about the hunt, really, more than anything. So yeah, that's that one. Number two is Dawn of the Dead, the original. I've already done a actual vlog on zombies, so if you want to know why this is my second, then go watch that, and that's my number one movie on that vlog. But briefly, it's basically because it made me realise that we are all just mindless automatons already really just going about our day-to-day lives, not really interacting much these days. One of my friends made a comment the other day about him seeing a picture saying that we're already zombied out through to stuff like phones, like we're always zombied out into phones and zoned into phones, PCs, internet, TV, things like that. So it's quite relevant, really, I think. It's also the movie that made me very aware of my own mortality. As watching it as a kid, as you do, you think you're invulnerable, you're gonna live forever. But watching Dawn of the Dead made me realise that death is gonna happen, and it's quite a scary thing as to what could happen to you when you do die. Do you go to heaven? Do you go to hell? Do you just rot in a grave? Or in zombie reality, do you come back to life again as this brain dead automaton, which is quite a scary concept, really. And that's all I've got to say about that. My third favourite is Cannibal Holocaust. Again, it's got the human element of it from Silence of the Lambs, which gave me the interest in the whole human mind, psychology type thing. This film was so shocking that when it first came out in 1970 something, it actually got banned. It's actually an Italian film, and the Italian censor board thought it was so real that they thought the actual actors had actually died in it, so they actually banned it. So the film producers actually had to move and take the actors and stuff to the censor board to show that they were actually alive and it was all fake. And so, you know, it's quite a standout movie in that sense. You know, quite a lot of films that followed tried to copy the plot lines and tried to be that in your face with the reality of it. I'll say it's one of the also one of the first films that brought cannibalism into my own life. Not in that I do cannibalism, of course. You know, that's a bit daft. But just made me realise that there were quite shocking people out there that do quite horrific and terrible things. You know, and you know, until I watched these films, you know, you thought that the world was all pleasant and nice, but you know, watching films like this kind of made you realise that there are things out there that are disturbing and everything. So yeah, that's all I want to say about that, and that's how I'm going to end my vlog. If you like the video, then click like and subscribe. If you don't like the video, then leave me a message to why. And that's it. So bye, see you in the next one.